Yeah, I think. Yeah. Ochi's not.
Oh, he can't. He can get 30, but he's more of a big playmaker.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder with all those shootout skills he has, it's tough to it's kind of tough to figure out why he doesn't have it.
Oh my God, Smith. Let something go in, please.
I'm getting the starting soon thing again.
If BJ Crombeen scores, that was a good play.
Ugh. I'm getting the starting too soon say when I increase the bandwidth. Maybe this is gonna take
Sam
forever.
Gagne.
That's weird, man, because I learned how to time this perfectly, fucking perfectly to get it to where because like there's no countdown on YouTube. It's just like okay, you're live now, and I
Yeah.
figured it out. Like I figured the thing out. Now if it's gonna do this to me, like I have no fucking idea. But I think as soon as it hit, because 30 seconds already went by, it should be uploading.
Yeah.
This is like next to unbelievable.
Oh my God. He just took out two of them.
Dave tried to call in. Let's try to put him on. Dave, you there? I'll try to put him through.
This is just getting visible now.
Redonkulous. I don't know what the fuck is going on. You know, like as long as the live logo comes on, then we're good. But I have no idea why this is happening. That means I can't time any broadcast. I don't know what time I'm gonna be going on. Should I go on 5 minutes early? What should I do tomorrow? It means I'm gonna be fucking with this thing all day. Driving
Can you hear
my wife crazy. Hey, Dave, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you
We're
hear me?
having broadcasting problems.
Yep, we got you.
We think it's YouTube, so that's why we didn't do anything, and we're sitting here like a bunch of jerks.
I basically I woke up late this morning, but I saw the update on Google saying that you would have a show on 10. I was thinking, oh, that's great. I made it.
Yeah, me
So
too.
waiting with the countdown, and then, it says, like, please wait a moment, and then show was ended. Goodbye.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
oh,
well.
that's
What
weird.
happened was we realized we weren't broadcasting, and we went back, and now like I already sent a live feed out right now. Because we're doing like a stress test on the 720 feed, and to make it look because I think I got enough. I think I managed the resources well enough where I can actually do 720. And it looks like now we're just getting the please stand by starting soon thing right
Can you
now.
send me a link to see if
Yeah,
I can try to help
actually, I think I
troubleshoot if
might.
you
I
want.
think I might, Dave. I think I might
But
just do that.
Here's the thing, though. Somebody wants to show a video.
Here you go. Check this out. Tell me what's going on. I don't know if
Oh
it's Germany.
my.
I don't know if it's Germany. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh, there's Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff's there. Yeah, Jeff's playing NHL 19 and 15
Oh
and yelling
my
at the referees.
God.
It's my amusement.
What's up, Dylan?
What's going on?
What's up, Dylan?
I'm about to go cleeballed on this.
Yeah, you
Right
go
now.
clean all on it. We
I'm
actually we're
quite
having.
interested to hear your review on NHL 15. I mean,
Yeah, I
I'm
know
not a
because he's
fan
the
of-
only one that likes it. That's why I really wanted him on because like I think Jeff's the only guy in the world that's like not complaining about it, which I found interesting. Because everybody else.
Well, I mean, I'm complaining now, but that's because I'm losing 3-0 to the freaking Coyotes.
Yeah, well, that's your fault. You haven't played the past years. You don't know. I sent you that
Yeah.
link in Skype, Dave.
But I just beat the Kings 4-1. So I mean,
Well, it's hockey, man. Anybody can beat anybody on every given night. It sounds like the simulation's working just perfectly.
Mike Smith is standing on his head, and nothing I can do. There's
No.
nothing I can do.
Except make a play. No,
I
but
have been making plays. He stopped me every time.
pass
He,
it
like,
back
stood
and forth
across-
with the point man. Nobody takes advantage of that.
That's what I do. That's what I'm doing.
So you know why we have now? Because like Dylan over here, he's really angry like I was when I was his age.
Put
So
it in, Loppy. Oh,
we're hoping he has a meltdown on the air one day.
I call that passion.
I think it's crazy, personally.
Nice cross-check.
I call it psychotic. Nah,
you
it's
get
still
one-
doing the same shit over there. Unfucking
yeah, put it in.
believable.
now
I put
Mike
some
Smith
text
is,
into the chat. Said test. I mean, it showed up on.
I could see it over here, too.
Yeah, okay.
For fuck's sake, man.
Do you think it's because you're going to 720 that it's taking too
No,
much bandwidth?
because we just tried it. We just tried it lower, the one I normally do, and it took like 10 minutes, but then it finally went live. But this is no good if you.
Is your internet hardwired or is it wireless?
No, God, no. What do you think? I'm crazy? Of course I'm wired. I wired everything. Hell, I have a wired joystick to my Xbox.
I might go to the bathroom.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I know of people that, like, why is my connection timing out, or why is my video not good? And just like, you see them move their laptop and stuff. It's like, you need to be wired for this sort, especially if you need bandwidth intensive connections.
Yeah, I know. I like the guys in video games that bitch about that. It's it's always funny to me. It's going wireless. You don't think it's going to affect anything? I mean, like, I don't know, like your ping. It's like it's you have
we both work in the same sort of industry to know the type of responses. I think I still have one of the best computer stories, tech support stories ever.
You got one?
Because it's so ridiculous.
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm listening to you. I want to hear your story. Sure, go ahead.
All right. So basically, I'm doing at this point in my life, I'm doing phone tech support because I've done deaf side. I've done.
I did 56K modem. I know all about that.
Oh yeah, my first one was a 9600.
Oh Jesus! Oh, you've been in business.
Hardcore, old school BBSs and such.
Oh, but, me too.
Yeah. So this lady calls up and she's like having major issues. She can't get her computer to respond, and she's quite snarky. So I determined that she had to restart her computer physically. Hard boot it because the OS stopped responding. So I said, okay, ma'am, you're going to have to, turn the computer off. Well, I've never turned this computer off. So basically, to make it short, 3 times I tell her, look, ma'am, I'm here to help you. That's my job. I'm not going to hang up if you, put the phone down. I'll stay here. You go do your thing. And guess what? It's easier if you put the phone down to use both hands to check at your computer rather than have this, wired phone under your ear.
Yeah.
3 times she's come back, real frustrated. No, I can't find the on button. Because I told her, well, look for the power button, look for the little circle with the line, look for a switch. Well, I can't find anything. But, okay, well, did you see anything at all? She's like, well, yeah, there was one button. I'm like, well, what does it say? Without a lie, guys, no hesitation from her, she says, the button says no.
What?
You're getting it then. Yeah, you got
it's upside down. I got it.
Yes.
I'm so stupid.
And all I could muster was, yes, ma'am. I fuck you not. That is exactly what happened.
I believe it. The button says no. Oh, I gotta tell my dad. I used to, a friend of mine, I'm going home to see a friend of mine that got me a job in a business. And we both went different ways. The company ended up going out of business like a lot of IT places did after 9/11. But that's a good one.
That is fantastic.
It says no. Yeah.
Because I was starting to get frustrated with her, and
I
then
imagine.
when she said that,
I've lost it a few times
floored.
too. It really was not the business for me. It was better like when they were like sergeants and colonels, and I was afraid of them. That actually kind of worked out better. This is bizarre, man. It's like the applications pushing through like it should, and
you've told everything on your end to go forward, and it's really just YouTube that's holding things up.
I think it's YouTube. I checked some other like streaming things. There's also another possibility that I'm absolutely frightened of. Germany's blocking it. Now they block. First of all, they block live streams, but not outgoing ones. They haven't done that yet. I was kind of wondering when they're gonna get around to do that, but I don't see any. I don't see any articles online. Hey, baby. When you're done doing what you're doing, can you go on Google and do a search in German about YouTube streaming in the news, and to see if they've ended live events in the news, but do it in German. Yeah, we'll look at that. I looked up some English articles.
What would they do that for? Like,
well, the you gotta understand. I mean, this is the real upside of living in a fucking real left wing government. They want to control fucking everything. Oh, look who's here. Hey, I'll dead on Dave. What are you doing here? I thought your internet was fucked up.
Hey, is the show still going on?
No, it isn't, because we can't start the live stream. It's actually pushing the bits through, but for some reason YouTube's not picking it up. So we're actually like live, like my application.
What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, we got Dave Rose and we got Jeff Huffman here.
Do
and
you
your
know,
fucking
Tommy,
mic
that
sounds
even
horrible
Wiki-
as usual.
What's that? I missed that part.
Your
I'm a
mic
little
sounds
drunk.
ridiculous as usual.
Oh yeah, I'm a little drunk right now,
What are you doing?
Good man.
so I thought it would be a good idea to call in. And,
Yeah, it would have been a good
hopefully
idea to
I thought I
call
was gonna
in.
be fucking with you guys on the show, but
What internet company do you have, Dave? And you said they're doing maintenance?
What am I with? Not Vodafone.
T-Mobile.
No, it's not T-Mobile.
Hold on.
No.
Let me check my fucking router. Hey, what's our internet
Telecom
company,
something.
baby? What's our internet
It's
company?
some kind. It's not one of the major ones.
What is it?
It's not one of the major ones.
Shut up, Dave. Hold on. We got Jeff Huff in here. Oh, holy shit.
Do
We
you
just
know,
fucking
Tommy,
mic
that
sounds
even
horrible
Wiki-
as usual. We just went live.
No,
I wonder
did we?
why it took 20 fucking minutes, but we just went live. If you can
It
believe
just
that.
said an error occurred for me. I'm going to reload that here.
Yeah, reload.
Oh, yep, you're live.
That's
Oh,
fucking
cool.
weird. That cannot be. I'm a time junkie. I'm a time junkie. All right. All right, you jerk offs want to do this fucking show?
I was just calling to say hi. So
You want to do this show?
Yeah.
You jerk off junk? I don't care if it works. I'm doing a stress
I'm
test.
drunk as fucking shit.
That's funny. Who cares? I don't
No,
care.
I just wanted to call in for a minute. My internet's fine now.
Yeah, well, your mic sucks, so maybe that's a good idea.
It
Well,
sounds
I think I'm
fine
gonna
on the shows.
I'm gonna start my show.
All right. Well, it sounds fine on the shows. I'll call in later. You jerk offs. Have fun.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna be doing this. fucking thing.
Getzlaff just punched him in the face. You're not gonna call that?
No, he's
I
not
think
gonna call that. I got
You're gonna
one
give
guy.
me. You're gonna give me one for slashing. No,
No.
that's bullcrap.
I get this.
No.
I got one guy here. He's drunk. I got another guy yelling at the NHL 15 virtual referee, and
You
I got another guy telling me
completely
tech
just
support
missed
stories.
him punching.
Dave decided to get. He probably took
didn't
the
do
beers we left
anything.
in his fucking. He left. He fucking drank the beers we left at his house.
No,
All
I'm
You're
drinking
still-
the Rodler. I've had like 6 of them.
right, are you hanging around or what? Because I'm starting this stupid show.
I'll call in halfway through or something.
Yeah, turn down your mic too, you jerk.
My mic is. It sounds fine on the fucking
No,
show.
here's what it sounds like.
Oh,
That's what it sounds like.
if you
trust
when
me.
you watch it back, I sound fine.
No, not the time you were doing it before.
Well, listen to the show from yesterday. It sounded fine.
Dave, I heard that too, and there was some scratchiness. It sounds like maybe your mic is the gain's a little up because it
gain,
starts
that's what
to
it is, the
scratch
gain's
when
up.
you hit those high points.
The
I
game's
know
up.
it does scratch a little, but I mean,
Yeah, that scratching's a problem.
That's why they kicked me off the show when my mic was popping.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna kick you up
Well,
again. Now I got
I'm
another
out
idiot.
because
Now I got
I'm
all three
also-
idiots on the line. Hey, Jake, what's happening?
Am I the 10th caller?
Yes, you win. Here you go, and here's your reward. So far, this is my favorite show of In the Crease, Tommy C.
Wow, I said one phrase and I already got blown up.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to blow you up. Hey, you know what the weird thing is? It took, we got a problem over here. It took, like, what was it? I'd say it was 10 minutes, right, Dave Rose?
At least.
10 fucking minutes. 10. I got Bobby Brown, so people are actually coming in to watch. That's amazing.
well, I'm out of here, you jerk offs.
Yeah, you're leaving. Okay. I'm thinking about going to get a fucking cup of coffee and coming back and start the show. Talk amongst yourselves.
You got like
And then-
5 people, so you're good.
We got 5 people. Oh,
5
geez.
people.
Yeah, and
Ooh,
in the
on a
chat.
Saturday morning.
Get this. I got a drunk. I got Dopey Jake. I got Dave Rose telling me tech stories. And I got another guy screaming at the virtual referee on NHL 15. It's fucking a complete fucking zoo over here. Yeah. And I'm gonna get. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm broadcasting live right now in 720. Seems to be working well. And I'm gonna get up rudely, obnoxiously, even though Bobby Brownstore just checked in because he'd rather just he's sitting around waiting for football. I see in the chat. And I'm gonna get a cup of coffee, and I don't care what anybody thinks. I'll be right back. This should be a good episode.
Okay, is it? All right. So what are you guys talking about?
We don't know. We haven't even started the show yet. We're just broadcasting because we had all sorts of problems. It wouldn't go live for like
You guys
15
aren't
minutes.
even, Jesus Christ, you guys aren't even call up in a half an hour.
Hey, listen to the music. I just told you we have a problem with the broadcast. It didn't actually click right away. It was it took 15 minutes to start instead of the 30, 45 seconds that it normally does. You get it?
No, there's actually
Not a
6
mobile
listeners.
game, dude.
I have you on speakerphone. I have my friend / coworker listening to the
You should see the
show.
everybody. Anybody who's
shit.
watching
I'm
this
still
broadcast
here.
right now, I just want you guys to get an idea like what a ridiculous situation I'm in right now. Well, actually, it only shows Dave because it only shows Dave and Jeff who's playing video games and yelling, which is ridiculous.
Not
Here's what I'm
yelling,
gonna do.
but I'm getting pretty upset. But
Yeah, we see that, you weirdo.
I've had too much Rodler.
Which is why people are going to be.
You're drunk on Radler. You're drunk on a girl's drink, Dave.
I've had 7 of them.
You're funnier when you're drunk.
That's a lot of
Might have to
that's
talk
7
about
beers.
And you don't even
That's
drink.
like 3 man beers.
I know. It's like 3 minutes. What do
That's
you mean?
enough
Three?
for me.
Radler's for German chicks. All right, I'm getting coffee. I'm coming back, and I'm starting the show. And if
good for
any of you
German
jerk-offs
chicks.
want to stay on the line and do it and act drunk or talk tech support, I don't care because the stress test is working great. I'll be right back after these messages. This
I
is how
could
we're
start
doing.
yelling because that's what's about to happen.
Well, keep playing, and when I come back, you better get off. Well, maybe you shouldn't. This is actually kind of funny. Talks amongst yourselves. Talks amongst
You should just have him stay on and just have him just do what he does. Because I have a feeling he yells like this if nobody was listening.
I do.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Shot from the Point Live Morning Hockey. We've got Jeff Huffman on the line and Dave as well. Get on,
What's
Dave.
going on?
Yeah.
Who's drunk?
A little bit.
Nice
Festively
pass,
happy
Jerk
is the way I like to call it.
Little bit drunk here. But
Are you going to let him elbow the whole game?
Hey, Bobby, he's in Germany, so it's what time is it for you? 5,
It's
6
5
o'clock, Dave?
here. It's 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. There you go.
It's on chance.
My
I'm
internet's
actually,
fucked up.
this is how negligent I am right now, and what's wrong with America. I'm at work, like hindering money right now, and doing this.
Quite the multitasker.
Yeah, my internet's fucked up all day, so I
I
decided
have
to drink.
horrible EPD, so this is going to be fun. Either Dude, I can't even remember my password to get into my login.
So, Jeff, I want to talk to you a little bit about NHL 15. When did you decide to get an Xbox One?
I actually have PlayStation 4.
Ah,
Playing it on that.
well,
Well,
I
no,
have Xbox One.
Actually, the big reason I play PlayStation is because of MLB The Show. But
All right, you
But-
fuckers. Bro, it's 11 a.m. Hey, Bobby Brownstone. Yeah, we're already drinking. It's fucking 5 in the afternoon where we are. That's why Dave's already drunk. All right,
Yep.
I'm going
I
to
had
start
no
this.
internet today, so I was bored.
All right, I'm going to start the show.
I'm out. I'll call back later.
Okay. Let's call
that's
back
like
later.
the fourth elbow Fowler's thrown, dude.
What?
Tommy, you want me to disconnect and call in while the show's going?
Yeah, let me introduce the damn thing, and then you can call in. We can
You know what
bullshit.
I'm gonna do is I'm
Bring
gonna
up
do
my
the same thing.
topics.
I'll call in like on my way home or something.
Yeah, be
All
funny.
right, boys.
Be more funny. I need you to be more funny. I'm putting more pressure on you, Jake.
Great.
Call back and be more funny.
All right.
All right, only
Get
one
it.
goofball left. And fucking Huffman just hit the screen. That's funny.
No, I scored.
Oh, you did? Oh. It looked like you punched the screen.
No, I've never done that. I've thrown a controller and broke it before. I've also broken a disc too.
Super. Super.
Only
great.
one time though.
Somebody who was so mad at a game, they went out and just bought a new PlayStation.
Really?
Yeah, my friend got upset at Call of Duty. I think it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. He actually picked his PlayStation 3 up and spiked it on the ground.
All right, I had enough of Jake. Let's get this bitch started. One more bomb. What the fuck? Get even the music on. Oh, this is turning into a major train wreck.
And down, should I stand my ground or should I pack my bags and leave this painful town? 'Cause I can't forget all those words you said and actions that you spent over the last 3 years. Break your excuse.
What's happening, everybody? It's Tommy Shea in the crease. Tommy C. A little morning ice, but it's like not even morning because we had major broadcasting problems over here in Germany land. Don't know if it's Germany. Don't know if it's YouTube. Don't know what's going on. What I do know, I am going to be very upset if this affects Shot from the Point Live. I've got my co-host here, Mr. Jeff Klebold. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, we're cooking with gas over here. All right, the NHL But the NHL bans the spinorama, and they're going to go after divers too. That's a big relief. Marty Brodeur still doesn't have a team. I wonder why that is. It could be the fact that he's 42 and all the spots are taken, but we're getting real close to training camp. Poor Marty Brodeur doesn't have a team. And Albie says he's 100% after his knee injury last year. He's ready to go, ready to hit camp, ready to do it. This is like the worst.
So is he going to back
infection.
check now?
What's that? Yeah, he's going to back check now with his knee. I don't know. Ryan Malone, cokehead, signs of the New York Rangers. What a friggin' this is a train wreck. What we're doing now, too, is we're trying to stress test the whole thing right now because we're broadcasting in 720p, and that's really great because, I don't know, because it's fucking fantastic and more people will get into it and what have you. It looks like we have a few listeners online. We're going to be talking NHL. We're also going to be talking NHL 15, the video game, the ups and downs, strengths and weaknesses. And Jeff's going to stop fucking playing!
Yep.
Yeah. And see, this is the problem with millennials. They're just like fucking with their phones all the time, and
I'm not actually not one of them.
You're not a millennial? What are you?
No.
What how do you fall in? You're born in the 90s.
I-
Makes you millennial, doesn't it?
Well, no, I'm saying I'm one of those guys that's not on his phone the whole time.
Oh, you're just on the video game when you're expected to perform. Yeah,
I thought
you are a
crying in
millennial.
a video game was.
And by the way, this is also, well, we're going to make this yesterday, or tomorrow, yesterday. Happy birthday, Jeff. Jeff is now 20 whole years old, born in 1994 after the Rangers won the Stanley Cup. He wasn't fortunate enough to experience that. I was a junior in high school, and I feel old.
That's
Would
okay.
you agree?
Yeah, you've experienced a Stanley Cup victory, so.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Now that you have actually went ahead and you've actually went ahead and you've messed around with NHL 15, we know the problems. The problems is, listen to me. The problem is you don't have as many features. That was one of my favorite features, ECHL. And it turned out to be even more stripped down. We covered it over in a lot of shows. But you say, minus these features that you weren't into initially, the core of the game is very, very much maybe the best hockey game you've played. You want to elaborate on that?
Oh, definitely. The game feels absolutely phenomenal, and that's why I haven't played the last few years because, I like the depth that it had, like with all the features and stuff, but I never really used them.
Yeah.
And I'm actually kind of bummed out that they left them out this year because I was going to try some of them.
See, well, first of all, it's great. Like I play defense. I'm a defensive-minded player. I like playing. I'm a left-handed shot, and I like playing right D because I think it gives me a little bit of advantage, especially from looks from the point. And I like playing that whole position. I like the idea of team play. It's just fantastic. You can build your character and all that other stuff. My fear is if they did do this sort of thing where they left off the features because the features would have been too much of a distraction when making like sort of a perfect hockey game. Are they going to charge us for them later? And that's what I really worry about. But at the end of the day,
it wouldn't surprise me.
The features don't work. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. If the core of the game is not correct, it doesn't matter if if the puck's like, the NHL 14 was an excellent game. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. But if the puck's going to bounce real high off the glass every time you dump it in without fail, there's issues there. And you're not seeing that stuff with NHL 15. And things of that nature. It does it feel like a regular ice hockey puck to you? I mean, are you getting that sort of feel with it?
Yeah, like I said, that's the reason I kind of stopped playing the last few years because the game just didn't feel right.
No,
to
it
me.
didn't feel. How about the stick? They've made some changes to the stick about as far as dragging, bringing the puck, protecting, and stuff like that. It just the motions that you would do with the joystick almost sort of. It would be like, I don't know the words for this. I don't have the vocabulary for it, but it does sort of feel like a wrist shot. You kind of roll it, and the way you would hold the puck back in a deke, that's where the way you would kind of sort of angle the stick. I mean, are you getting that feeling? I heard in this game, deking's not just like it goes into animation and then it dekes, and then I guess the fantasy end of it decides whether you completed the deke or not. It does feel like you have to have some skill with it. Is that correct?
Yeah, I feel you have to have a lot more skill with it than in years past. And like I've also noticed that in years past you could just go like all the way across your body and like you could go across your body like 5 times in a span of a second.
It's ridiculous.
And you can't do that anymore, which is good. And you can't really slide across the ice and hit people anymore, which is phenomenal. You can
Yeah,
actually
well,
get around them.
they've kind of gotten rid of that as well with the last thing, and with the 14. One of the best thing about 14 was when you line people up, because they've had to finally put the ragdoll physics. Ragdoll physics are almost 15 years old in the computing world. When you really line it really felt like it felt like you accomplished something. You know, it didn't feel like you just push forward. You could miss the hit and then lead it to a 3-on-1 very easily. And so it sounds like it's a really good game, but
There's just
are we
nothing
getting
into
screwed,
it.
or did they not work hard enough? We're starting to hear complaints about NHL 15 for Xbox 360, which I was going to go because that's the route I was going to go. But I'm also hearing that's stripped down as well. Compared to
really?
But yeah, I'm actually here. There's all sorts of little things you can't do. Like like when I booted up my NHL 14, I had a picture. I picked my favorite team. I got a picture of Henrik Lundqvist in the corner. The menus are real nice. I could alter things my way. And from what I understand, there's been some things stripped down there. So if you're like, look, I'll wait till NHL 16 until they get everything straight. Well, and I'll just play essentially NHL 14 next year. Yeah. That seems to be, and it doesn't look like they did any changes to the game with a possibility. And I'm taking this from Bacon Country, another great YouTuber. Totally check out his videos. They may have done some things with the puck.
Goalie.
What's that? Yeah, aggressive goalie. Hey, look. Don't stop listening to me. But in fact, like and share. But show you care. But I gotta be honest, at Bacon Country, when the show's over, please go check out his videos of Aggressive Goalie. It is absolutely 100% a scream. He noticed that the puck wasn't bouncing as much. Like weirdly, not like the puck's going to bounce, in real game, but it just bounced really bizarre in NHL 14, especially when the puck hit the glass, the back of the glass behind the goalie. It used to take these big hops, which are just, sometimes they take a big hop, but it was like consistent. It's almost 100% of the time. So your overall view, why am I so tongue-tied today? That it is a pretty solid video game, minus the features for PlayStation 4. And I'm assuming the PlayStation 4 is pretty much identical to the Xbox One version as well.
Yeah, one would think that.
So, all right, we got the trailer. Presentation, better physics, and different but more challenging puck control. How's the AI?
The AI, well, I just played a game and Mike Smith stood on his head. I just got shut out.
Well, that could happen.
Gave up 29 shots on goal. The AI seems, and obviously as you move the difficulty up, they become a lot more smarter. Their plays are more elaborate.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can just see a guy sneak in the back door. They dump it in a lot when the situation presents itself.
Really? See, they never dumped in NHL 14. They would always try to make that pass to the guy standing on the blue line. They would actually rather turn it over, which is funny because that's kind of realistic because most players that play ECHL would rather turn over the puck than dump it, which is really, really, really annoying. All right, there is one online aspect. Have you challenged another player to versus mode?
No, not yet.
Not yet. No, you gotta let me know how that works. I should have made you do that. I should have thought to ask you that. Are you one of these Care Bears that are afraid to play other people online because you'll get mad?
No.
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 You're not a Care Bear. You're not a Care
No,
Bear.
I don't mind.
You don't mind getting because I would ruin you. You know that,
Probably.
right? I would own you. I feel like when I was watching your.
mind.
By the way, he's at www.youtube.com. Grant user Grand Slam 87, correct?
Yes.
Grand Slam 87. And why aren't you popping up on my screen? Pop! There he is.
Because I'm not relevant.
You're not. I don't know what it is. You're not looking in the camera either. You
I'm
really
not,
are.
I'm not.
You are getting all of Jake's bad habits. You're getting all of Jake's bad habits. All right, everybody. So looks like the stress test is going well. If you want to call in and let me know, please give me a call, 718-395-7660, 718-395-7660. That's Brooklyn, New York. Skype me at Shop from the Point if you want to save the cash. Europe and Canada, I highly recommend doing that. And give me a call. You can talk about NHL 15 or any really issue that's going on in the NHL right now. This is my second to last broadcast, unless something goes wrong with Shop from the Point Live tomorrow, which is going to be a nightmare. You did your news responsibilities, correct?
I did, but they didn't save, so I'll have to get all that back and have my details ready and stuff. But
Okay.
that won't be a
Actually,
problem.
you want to do something funny? I
Sure.
was looking. Yeah, I was looking for this video. I got to do this. Because look, this is mostly a stress test, so if it's not that hockey related, but this is beyond. All right, so I was looking up uploading like what kind of videos, what best encoding, which I sort of knew for the MP4. So I looked up a video on this guy's explanation, and I opened it up. It has 5 dislikes and two likes. The guy's name CJ All Day 1130, and the information wasn't really good. It wasn't really concise or cohesive. I didn't really learn anything that I already didn't know. I think there's 2 types of MP4s. That's what I was more going to. But I watched the video anyway, and I don't want to bash this guy too much because it's nice. I like when these people do tech support videos on YouTube. It's actually kind of helpful and what have you. But this is what got me. This is really good. So I'm listening to the whole video, and the guy's going through never use anything but MP4 because you have a faster upload speed, which is actually true if you're a YouTuber. But this is where it goes, and it's a riot.
And now I know why. And I never knew that you could upload MP4 videos because back then I actually tried to make to upload an MP4 video, but it wouldn't let me. Either that, or it was a QuickTime movie. So that's all I have to say about that. That is basically what file to use to actually upload to YouTube, because it is the quickest to upload than a WAV file. Never, ever, 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 ever upload a WAV file. Otherwise, you will get a very slow upload time than the MP4 file. And plus, I just uploaded my PaintNet tutorial video. I'll put a link in the description there.
Thanks.
So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and have fun.
I just came across this thing out of nowhere. Like, look, that's happened to me. Like, I'm a YouTuber. I know. I get it. I get sick. But this is not making it to upload. It's so funny. And I wrote on there because people respond to me. I was like, did he really blow his nose? Too funny. I wrote, and the guy wrote me back, and he's like, man, I was sick that day. Like. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I had to blow my nose. I would edit it.
Oh my god!
You gonna take any videos? I want to see. I want to see his video on how to edit.
Oh my god!
Isn't that funny? Can you believe he put that in there?
Yeah, he'll be talking to that, and he'll be taking a piss, and he'll just be talking in the middle of that.
Oh, that's fucking funny. That's funny. I should make
I
should make
can't see
Dave
the
Rose
video.
come on here and tell his tech sports story too. That was really funny as well.
I can't see the video now, but like I was wondering, like, did he just blow his nose in the middle of it?
Yeah. He just blew his nose in the middle of it and started coughing and hacking and shit. Hey, I get it. We all get sick. Stop the tape.
Stop the tape.
Stop
Cut that
the tape.
out. Go to what you were saying next.
You know what the worst thing is? The title of the video is "What is the best video to upload to YouTube?" And that's what popped up. I clicked on it immediately.
I guess that was it.
And I'm like, and all of a sudden he just blows his nose. This has been on since May 6th of 2013.
How many views has it got?
About 1,200, but it's got more dislikes than likes, which is funny.
That's about.
He
what
wrote
I
me
get.
back. He was like, "Sorry, man, I'm sick." Oh, I think oh god.
Oh my.
Oh, and then he got rid of my replies because I was laughing at it. Oh no, here it is. Hold on. One reply. Sorry, I was sick, but I wrote back, ha 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 ha, and he deleted that, I guess. That's fucking riot, man. Oh Jesus, I had to put that on. It's just so funny. In fact,
Joe Cronin just wished me a happy birthday, and he says he wants to be 20 again. So thank you.
He is 20. He's emotionally 15. I don't know what he's worried about.
Yeah, I was gonna say emotionally. He's there.
Hold on.
That is basically what file to use to actually
You do the Jeremy.
upload to YouTube, because it is the quickest to movie. So that's all I have to say about
YouTubers
that.
out there to help us out
That
like this.
Movie. So that's all I have to.
I mean, he's not trolling either, man. I mean, that's the best part of this. He's not fucking trolling, bro.
Oh my god.
I mean, really, like, he's not trolling. Like, I mean, that would be that's actually a really good idea for a YouTube site. A tech support guy that just does like ridiculous stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to teach you how to do it. And he never actually gets to the point and blows his nose. And that would be hysterical. It'd be the greatest YouTube channel of all time. But I'm sorry, I was sick. He actually wrote me back. I had to take down the video, you goof. What do you mean? I got 1,000 hits since May 6th, 2013. All right, I'll take your calls, goofballs. That's actually a pretty good little, what should I call it here?
It's great. That is great.
Oh, God, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? What do you think about the Spinorama thing? Banning that.
I mean, it's not such a big deal to me, but I'm wondering, like, if they take that out, why can Patrick Kane skate at the speed of a diabetic turtle and dangle 42 times?
Yeah, well, I mean, the puck's just got to be moving forward. Doesn't mean you can't pull it back. Well, the rule was you couldn't.
Like, it's not a big deal, but
you know what it is? They can't tell if the puck. Look, you can do a Spinorama.
Right.
It's possible with the puck constantly moving forward. It depends on what kind you do. There's a couple different kinds. The one they're friggin' worried about is the one when you actually. It's not even a Spinorama. It's a stop. What they do is
turn.
Yeah, they put the brakes on, they snow the guy, and then they twist. But you can do a Spinorama and actually move forward the whole time.
Skate, like turn to the side and.
Yeah, well, you can do it on the backhand too. You can do it in the forehand. You can do the backhand. You can just spin around the guy. You know, there's a bunch of ways to do it. Jeremy Roenick's one I thought was the most beautiful. Patrick Kane's got a nice one too. But the Savarnian Spinorama is probably more like what they're doing. But I mean, it just never looked like he stopped it. So I think the NHL officials, they can't tell. I mean, it's probably just impossible to tell.
Right.
That they can't.
I don't have a big problem with it.
To just scrap it.
I
wish they would just scrap the overtime and we didn't have to worry about it. The thing is, if we never had the shootout, we wouldn't have lost the Spinorama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because everybody's just so sick of the shootout. There's like a half-assed way to deal with it. Yeah, that's really funny. Geez, Bobby, bro, he sounds like an elephant. Yeah, he does sound like an elephant. You're right.
It's okay. I look like one. Look at my ears. You can see.
You have big ears? Let me see.
Well, I don't know. My hair's all.
So you have big ears. You have big ears? Let me see your cheers, big ears. Let me see how big your ears are. Yeah, you do got big ears.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. You resemble a spree killer.
Correct.
You got big ears.
Correct.
And you never managed to like kill anybody, and you seem to have a pretty normal upbringing, right?
Yeah.
And you don't think about hurting people?
No.
No, not often.
No, not often.
Yeah, right. And things seem to be working out. And you're not blaming society for all your problems and shit and what have you.
No, I deal with it.
You deal with it.
Yeah. Something happens, I'll like yell or something and then just move on.
Yeah. Do you think that the world owes you something?
No.
I think you're lying about your age. I don't think you're born in 1994.
Why is that?
Because you don't sound like a millennial. You've taken much too much responsibility for yourself to actually not be a millennial. All right. Oh, Jesus. I almost want to go to a song to collect myself. This seems to be working well, but the only other big question is are we going to have a problem tomorrow? That seems to be...
should be fun.
Yeah, it should be. You know, I want to have a good show tomorrow so bad. I want to have a good show tomorrow so bad. Like, you can't... You won't even believe it. That's how bad I want it. I want a good show tomorrow. Because I need that. I need that to move on. All right. I'll see you back, and I think it's time to throw some music on, and then we'll get back. So you can go play NHL 15 for the next 10 minutes and keep your ears open. All right? Look at him. He's already picking it up. That's funny. You all ready? Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable?
Yeah, I'm good.
You feel good?
Good, yeah. I muted my mic. So
Do you want me to come and bring you a drink or, pat you in the back? You sure? Some milk?
Yeah.
Cookies? You good? Oh, he's already getting mad. See ya! On the other side, this is Astronaut Ray, the Cormac Rebacks, coming back.
get this thing moving.
Joe Cronin Show, a wrestling talk show with f***ing attitude.
Yourself some DDP yoga or else.
Thanks, DDP.
Awesome. Let's do this!
Yo, Joe, the first time I ever seen your show, it was pretty awesome.
You're one of the best I've seen so far doing live streams.
Hey, Joe Cronin, what's going on? And I just want to tell you that your show is awesome. I enjoy listening to you guys at work.
Joey, you're the best wrestling guy on YouTube.
So that we would not, you know what I mean, be able to really hijack the show.
Explain why you're taking time off. What hurts, CM Punk? Did your brother take some money from you again? Is that what hurts?
There's just one thing that I wanted to talk about tonight.
Yeah?
And that was the Zack Ryder versus Fandango match. And I feel like they're going to give Zack Ryder a push soon.
Off a cliff?
All right. Good night, everybody.
Cena. That's incredible. You know my top 5 wrestler list is?
John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena.
Bam Bam Bigelow. Sting. Ultimate Warrior. X-Pac. I hope Joe's recording this.
Hey, what's happening? Hey. What the hell? I can't hear anything. Oh. You there?
Yeah.
It's Joe Cronin. Joe Cronin Show. What do you think it is? Welcome, everybody. It's In the Crease, Tommy C. I don't care what you call about. Not at all. Not at all. You know why I don't care? Because this show's a fucking train wreck. And it's okay because the stress test is going great because that's what it's really about. 720 is looking great, according to Dave Rose. If you'd like to take your calls, if you're here, you want to. I don't even care what you talk about. You can talk about that guy giving his girlfriend a right hook to the jaw. You can talk about the guy
beating his kid.
What's that? You can talk about that guy beating his kid over nothing with a tree branch. Jesus Christ. You know, I consider myself kind of old school. You know, as far as like, I'm probably honest. I'm pro spanking. Not saying I do it, but I'm pro spanking. I don't problem parents want to deal with things that way. That's fine. It just I think that's the problem with it is wackos like this guy that beats his kid with a tree branch until he starts bleeding. Mm-hmm. He reportedly had bruises defensive bruises on his hands, buttocks, and scrotum. You're hitting your kid in the balls. There's a problem.
Yeah, that's
it's a touch much. It's a touch much, and what have you. Ugh. Let's bring in Dave Rose. Dave Rose, what's happening?
Hey, boys, how's it going?
Yeah, what do we got for us?
Well,
I don't care what you talk about. You talk about anything you want, because but it looks good to you, right?
Oh, it absolutely looks beautiful, man.
Looks like we might be able to pull this off, provided we're not having problems with the YouTube like we were before. Like it's not broadcasting on time, which I'm a time junkie since I was in the Army. I hate being late. And except if I'm going to work, that's a whole different story. But other than that, I mean, stuff like this, I want to be on time. So I hope they fix whatever if there's anything wrong. I don't even know if there's anything wrong, perfectly honest.
I hope so too.
Tomorrow's a very important show. Tomorrow's a very important show for me. First of all, I have to live up to last week, which I think might have been the greatest show we ever did. I honestly believe that. I think it was the greatest show we ever did, hands down. And we got to do it again. And we got to make it happen every week. Would you agree? I mean...
Well, absolutely. So much so that I actually changed my plans for tomorrow specifically to be available for, I believe it's now 4 p.m., right?
No. Tomorrow is... it's normal time tomorrow. Absolutely normal time tomorrow. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. And
you're drinking your coffee now. No wonder you're getting
you were throwing all kinds of times up there this morning.
Was I really? I'm getting confused. Because I'm thinking about the time we're landing in Boston, and I think I'm confused. Every week, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Shop from the Point Live. This In the Crease thing with Tommy C thing being a daily broadcast, mostly with Dave and I during the week when we cover little stuff. We might do an hour and a half, whatever, with music, kill time and stuff. That format, that may be a daily, like we're looking at maybe Tuesday because he has to do the Raw review with Cronin. We're looking like maybe Tuesday to Friday or something like that. But the Shop from the Point Live is the mothership, and I'm all about the mothership. What's on your mind, there, Dave Rose? Hey, are you a killer of animals?
I do enjoy hunting.
Good,
but I'm not an active hunter these days.
Oh no, not anymore. Why not? Too many liberals bothering you?
Too much time. Yeah, I've got time and money really. I'm so busy these days.
Is it expensive hunting?
Not as much as all the permits are.
Oh, that's where they get you.
The good thing is, though, and this is what people who do hunt and do like the outdoors, anglers, anybody that's in the outdoors, realizes that the Ministry of Natural Resources that runs all that sort of thing takes this money and puts it right back into the system. And they do a really good job at balancing the wildlife stock and so forth. So it is at least commendable that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing when it comes to conservation. A lot of people think, conservation, these really green type people. Oh, that means you can't do anything. You've got to kill yourself because that daisy over there deserves to live more than you do.
Yeah, but that's you're praising a Canadian government program when it comes to this. You think it's good for the environment and it's good for hunters. So
I'm not necessarily praising it, but I am condoning what they do. It could be a lot more improved because unfortunately the bureaucracy, especially here in Ontario, is just insane.
Yeah,
and that's why we're in billions of dollars worth of debt.
Yeah. We have that problem in Germany too, and we have that problem in the United States as well. Big surprise there.
Don't we have that problem pretty much everywhere?
Yeah, we seem to have this pretty. We have a friggin' the Western world is filled with people that don't understand why the phone company shut off their cell phone. even though they haven't paid the fucking bill in 3 months. That's
Everybody's spending money they don't have.
Our president is like that, and presidents. It's just finally come to a head, which my father always said it would, and it did. That seems to be the issue, and what have you. You got anything in mind hockey wise there, Dave Rose?
Yes, actually, I do. Let me just pull up my notes here because I always want to make sure that I'm concise on your show.
He's a pro.
Firstly, let's talk about Spinorama.
Spinorama, how do you feel about it? Getting rid of it?
I'm a little torn.
Really? Yeah, a lot of people are.
Honest. I like the Spinorama. I understand where they're coming from. But, man, if you take a look at this list of all these changes that have been done, I really don't know what's going to happen. Some of the Twitter comments are great. This is one, for example. Can we keep the Spinorama and ban the shootout instead at NHL? And actually, that was Roberto Luongo who did that. And I think it's got a good point because you said the other day, Tommy, North America really doesn't like ties. And I'll be quite honest with everyone here on the show. I love what they call association football or soccer in North America. I really do enjoy that.
You don't mind the ties.
But I enjoy a lot of other sports. And the fact is, go ahead.
I'm sorry. You and me grew up with ties. I can't stand it because of my Americanness. You were kind of brought up in a way to say this is a part of the game, and it was changed to appease American fans like myself, and I hate it now. So guess what? Yeah. I'm going to apologize on behalf of all America to you because it was my fault. I talked about it too much, and they actually made the stupid shootout, and now I hate it.
Continuous overtime.
It was us. Well, it's not that I miss overtime. I always wanted a 10-minute overtime, but I was like, all right, I'll take the shootout instead. But the shootout's it's a circus. That's the problem. But go on with what you're saying, Dave Rose. I apologize. Finish up.
That's okay. I think it fits in soccer, but it doesn't fit in hockey.
I don't even think it fits in soccer. It's actually the hockey one's better because it's a coin toss in soccer. It's not even the only good shootout is like, I don't know, are you old enough to remember the NAASL or what it was? It was the first American attempt at a soccer league? The one that Pele was in and Beckenbauer?
Not really, actually.
No, I think because you're a little young. I actually went to are you familiar with the New York?
4 years younger than you, buddy.
Yeah, you are. Jesus Christ. All right. Are you familiar with the New York Cosmos?
Oh, yes.
All right, the New York Cosmos. They were in that league. It's the NASL or NAL Soccer League. And actually it got really hot for a while, but the problem is the only team that was making money, it was in New York. And then they overexpanded to places that had absolutely no interest in soccer. It should have been like a 16 league or an 18 league tops, sort of like what MLS did. And what they used to do is a penalty shot wasn't a penalty. You had to carry the ball in the midway point, and you had a certain amount of seconds to take the shot. And it was really interesting because you could line it up and fire it. You could line it up and fire it if you wanted to, or you could actually juke the goalie and go right around him. And the goalie had a couple options too. He could come out after you. He could go back. Franz Beckenbauer of Germany, World Cup winner, former coach of a World Cup champion 1990 team. He says it is the best contribution the Americans have ever made to the sport of soccer. The American-style soccer shootout is the best. The MLS messed with it a little bit for a while, but then they went to standard FIFA rules, which I think actually came from pressure from FIFA. I don't like the shootout in soccer. It's horrid. And I wish they'd get rid of it. But let me tell you something. People are very satisfied with the game in Europe, and they don't want to make a major change like that, even though the shootout is so much more exciting. There's a need for a shootout in soccer because of the way ball control works that it doesn't work in hockey. Look, the puck takes bounces and what have you. The odds are somebody's going to score eventually. In soccer, you could literally hold it up for days. So they have to have a shootout. So why not go to an American-style shootout? And you're not even familiar with it, are you?
Not really.
No, it's great. You have to carry the ball in. It's like a penalty. It's like a hockey penalty shot, which Americans were more familiar with, and it's much more exciting to watch. Franz Beckenbauer, Der Kaiser, one of my favorite Germans of all time. He is absolutely. He said it's great, and you should go look on some. You should look up some video and check that out if you love the game of Europa football there, because it really is good stuff. Really is great stuff. You got anything else as far as?
Yes, I do actually.
Hit me. Go ahead. Hit me.
Okay, this article is on the CBC.ca website under the sports section, Hockey NHL. This actually just was posted on September 12th, which was it was yesterday. And this little article is about the former MLSE, or that's Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment Group, which basically owns the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Toronto Marlies, the Toronto Raptors and Toronto Football Club. And basically, the headline here is Tim Lewicki, I think that's his name, says terrible character remark after Leafs. Tim Lewicki says terrible character remark about Leafs, a general response. So what happened was that he was speaking at one of the universities here in Toronto, and what he said was, quote, it was a... Oh, shit.
You slipped? Don't worry, I've done that before, too.
Okay, I did last week. It's all right.
I've done it before, too.
Hey,
that's why we're on YouTube, Dave. Don't sweat it.
Today whose numbers are off the chart good and whose character is just terrible. And he was basically talking about the advanced stats and basically explaining what I think about the organization, that the organization itself is faulty and it's got its problems. And this is coming straight from the outgoing president, who...
No kidding.
I think this is hilarious. The best part of this article is that MLSC confirmed last month that he would only remain on the job until June 2015 or until a successor is appointed. And this is after the fact that he did not produce the cup that he promised to Toronto.
So what he's saying is that he didn't have all that much power and there's too much bureaucracy over there. That's code word, what have you. That there's too much bureaucracy over there. Well, I got to be honest with you.
He's tacitly recognizing exactly that.
Yeah.
He won't come out and admit it, but he's basically saying that.
I don't know. Maybe we can't. Honestly, it's tough to judge a guy. But, I mean, isn't this something he should have been working on when he was in there? I mean, it does sound like sour grapes. I got to be honest with you.
Exactly.
At the very least. I don't know if he said anything horrible, and the media's probably making a bigger deal out of it than it needs to be, especially Canadian media, which is ridiculously overly sensitive, almost as bad as American media. Yep. I don't know. I mean, I respect the guy's opinion, but it's almost like, where were you? You did promise a cup. You didn't deliver. You're on your way out, and now you're talking? Or is the Toronto Maple Leafs one of these teams that are just so big? They're so big that they kind of attract this bureaucracy, and even like a vice president or someone with his power can't really break in. I don't know. And I think that's why they are making changes over there. I think they're, you look at it as desperation. Something's got to happen. You guys didn't make the playoffs, I don't know.
Well, I've got a question for you, Jeff, and for all the listeners. Think about this. If the organization that owns the Leafs owns all these other teams as well, where do you think their focus is going to be on? On one team? Splitting it up amongst 4 teams, or trying to make sure that the stockholders and the shareholders are happy?
Stockholders and shareholders.
Bingo.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, the guy could be right. Look, just not everybody that's disgruntled is wrong.
That's true.
It's true. No, it's like you can't dismiss everything. He's maybe right, but it's just like I just don't see how that'll be taken too seriously. It's funny because I saw that running by the ticker and I didn't check that story out. So what's the situation now? Everybody's calling him now. I guess they want his head, and they're saying he's being mean, and I guess he's got to apologize. So what's the status? How are they going to react in Canada?
Well, they tried to. He didn't apologize, but they tried to get him to clarify. The Canadian press tried to get some explanation out of him, and to quote, this is what he said: "It was a general response that was intended to say that analytics are only as good as also making sure a player has character." End quote. Which is kind of funny in itself. And then he goes on to say, "I find it amusing anyone can assume I was talking about a specific Leaf player." End quote.
You know what I think that is? Let me decode that, all right? There may be a character problem in the Leaf locker room, and maybe there is a bad culture. They're having this debate with Manchester United over here. Maybe there's a cultural problem inside the Leaf locker room. And the code word would be character. That's how I'm seeing it. That they can't. Maybe they have a freaking Vancouver Canucks situation where everybody runs around and kisses those guys' ass. And when you're a hockey player, you're not in charge. Coach is in charge. That's one of the reasons John Tortorella wasn't successful over there. That's what I believe. So maybe you can't go in there and kick these guys. Look, it's awful tough to tell a kid who's making millions of dollars, get your fucking ass out there. You're going to do suicides till you start puking or when I want you to. It just doesn't. When you're an organization like the Leafs that is such a big deal, and these guys are sort of pampered in a way because most of them have been, let's face it, even I'm sure James Van Riemsdyk, who grew up not too far from where I grew up, he probably had his ass kissed too. It's tough to go in there with these new types of players and get military on them. So maybe, I don't know, I want to actually catch your feelings. Maybe that's what he's talking is not so much character, but the culture is the players rule. And that's a problem. You can't win a Stanley Cup. The players must be submissive to the administration, that being the coach first and the general manager second, to their vision. And maybe they're more officers than they are sergeants. You know what I mean? You guys what I'm saying?
Exactly the case, in my opinion. That's exactly the case it's actually been for over a decade.
Yeah, it's just.
But he should come out and say that, not try to pussyfoot around and said, look, this organization has some serious issues.
Yeah. Now everybody's mad at him for it. Well, and that's half the problem, too, because now everybody's going to get mad at him for it because, he's being too hard, he's being mean. Like the worst thing you can be in this world today is mean. And like when it comes to athletics and even just being in a job in a corporation, results are what count. And when you don't get result, you're out of a fucking job. And like, since when wasn't it this way? And maybe that's the problem, especially with Canadian teams. You can't go in there, put your foot down, and put your foot in somebody's ass. And that's probably what he's saying. That's what that's what I'm taking from it, Dave. You can't go in there and you can't put your foot up somebody's ass anymore. And you know what? As long as the culture's like that, you can't fix it. Well, they're trying to do something in Vancouver about it now. They pretty much stripped down the team, other than the twins.
Sedin sisters.
He loves saying that. Sedin sisters. They stripped down. I mean, you can't even say Sedin. Let's take what you can't even say Sedin sisters anymore. Like that's outrageous. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's look. When I was in basic training, they called me a pussy. They call you, you're worthless. You're a piece of crap. That's how you motivate athletes. That's how you get them going. And if you can't do that because it's too mean or politically incorrect, and you have a culture over there where the players are lunatics are running the asylum, you're not going to win anything. You're not going to win anything. And that's why I think what's his name was unsuccessful in Vancouver, because they have the whole culture the whole western part of Canada is like that. Everybody's a softie. Yep. And if you're not a softie, they're going to make sure you lose your job. So this guy lost his job. He's not a softie. And they think a mathematician's going to come in and save them.
Yep.
We got a hockey problem. Let's call that Degrassi Tyson guy to figure it out,
But this kind of goes back on what we were talking about the other day about how the hell do you measure and quantify heart?
You can't.
Exactly.
Bottom line.
You
can't even remember your scoring chance, Dave. That's even subjective. You can't. I mean, look, every at-bat in baseball is a scoring chance. I understand why it sort of works with baseball, and baseball's always been a game of math. But hockey isn't. There's strange bounces. There's not consistency. There's bad ice. And an actual scoring chance is subjective. And some of these analytics guys don't believe shots on goal that were blocked should count in other. There's no hard science here.
Yeah.
It's been proven in baseball. It works in baseball. They prove two things. Stolen bases are worthless. And bunting is worthless. It doesn't do anything. They can mathematically prove that. How do you do that with hockey? This is all theory. We're in a theory stage. And unfortunately, if analytics don't work and the Leafs have another bad year, and the analytics is the reason for the Leafs making bad management decisions, guess what? The way Shanahan's got it set up over there is the general manager will lose his job. And Kyle Dubas will get his job, and he'll be the head general manager at 29 years old. It's a circus act. But if you guys start winning, then it's all going to be Kyle Dubas's doing. So there you go, bud. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Great.
I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. You can tell me I'm an idiot. I don't know.
No, you're right on the money.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you can't kick anybody's ass anymore. I don't understand it. I don't. I think I had my ass kicked for the last 8 years. If I fucked up, you're allowed to go up to somebody and say, "You're fucking up. You got to get your fucking act together, or you're gone, or something's gonna happen to you." You can't do that anymore. I don't know how anything gets done.
Yeah, every time someone does that now, it's like you're being abusive or.
You can't even make a joke.
Trying to say.
You can't even goof around. If it's I mean, God, we had that Pittsburgh Penguin tweet yesterday. I wonder if I still have it. No, I don't think I do. No.
And this is the Joe Cronin Show.
Yeah, what up? Well, no, I had that Pittsburgh Penguin tweet yesterday. And look, I'm very sensitive about 9/11. I'm a 9/11 witness. And Dead on Dave. 9/11 happened. Why? I mean, this 9/11 shaped me and Dead on Dave's life like a lot. I didn't find the tweet that offensive. You know what I'm talking about, Dave?
Yeah, the whole blow up.
It's just ridiculous.
Using the word blow up on September 11th.
So what? So what? So what you use? It's totally insane. It's totally. Let's put somebody else that's insane on the line. Let's put on Jake Link.
What's up?
What's up with you? Are you gonna be funny or what?
No.
Oh, fuck. You better be funny tomorrow. You better be funny tomorrow, bud.
Take it on. Why? Is there somebody who's doing balloon animals that's going to replace me?
No one's going to replace
a word
you.
of that. You sound like Daryl Sutter.
I can't live without you. I'm actually looking. What's his name? Ryan Clough hopes that he's going to be ready for camp. Thanks for taking us off our hands, by the way. I appreciate that, getting rid of Ryan Clough, even though he's a really good player.
No problem.
Yeah.
Taking players at the end of their career.
Yeah, it's too bad. With Ryan Clough, he's my type of hockey player, man. He's a good old Canadian boy.
He's actually ready to go, but I'd be happy if he made it out of preseason.
Yeah. Well, he's hoping. He's hoping he's going to make it to preseason.
I mean, the concussions is you get one, you're just a little tap on the noggin away from getting another one, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And the way they treat it, I think it depends on the type of concussion too. Because I mean, I had a concussion, a pretty bad one, where I was knocked cold in a pool hall, and I wasn't even drinking. I hit my head. I went to those basketball, those down the shore. They got those basketball things. You put a quarter in, you shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So one bounced off the rim. My buddy was playing, and I went over to go pick it up, and then it was it went under a bar. An actual bar, a physical bar. So I went to go grab it, and I came up, and I hit the back of my fucking head. And I was like, ow, fuck, oh, God, it really rang my bell, right? And everybody's laughing at me and stuff. So I did an NBA pass, and I threw it at the guy's chest for laughing at me. And last thing I remember is being, people slapping my face. Actually, there was a grenade delay on it. I fell down in the middle of the freaking place and hit my head again. But I had I was a little woozy for a day. I never had any long-term issues, need to be put in a dark room, any of that stuff. So I really think it depends on the type of concussion you have. Sometimes people have lingering problems. Joe Cronin's had lingering concussion problems. I've never had any of that. Never happened to me once. So I really think
just tell the truth. You were in an elevator life and you're a little bit drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it feels like you're drunk all the time or so. I've never had that. I don't know anybody except for Cronin who said it happened to him. I never even met anybody. When I got a concussion when you were a kid, they see if you could see 3 fingers, you moved on. You know what I mean? You better have something funny.
Actually, I don't have something funny, but I have something kind of interesting that I'm working on for the show.
Now, let's hear it.
All right. You played goaltender Gunk Worsley, right? From the 50 era.
Yeah, he used to play for the Rangers. He played for the Rangers. He won Stanley Cup with, I want to say, Chicago. Who did Gunk Worsley? He won with Montreal. Okay, yeah, he's a damn good goalie. One of the weirdest looking guys that ever existed. Yeah, what about him?
I actually just became friends with his daughter on Facebook.
Are you kidding me?
His
daughter?
I'm not kidding you. I just sent her a message, just talking to her and stuff, and
How old is she? She's got to be in her 50s.
Oh, Doug said it. I think his daughter probably is in her 50s, probably around that.
God, I loved the interview. He was a wild man. You know that?
What was that?
He was a wild man, Gump Worsley.
Oh, he was nuts. I've been watching some stuff on him, recent, just a while ago, on the hockey biographies that they would do.
Ugh.
And I remember watching one on him, and he was a maniac.
I wouldn't say he's a maniac, but
when the Mavs were in the NHL, he was one of the last players to actually put it on.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, some people believe he should have got his number retired in the Garden. He was such a good goalie, but I guess he wasn't there that long. He's an amazing goalie. I know John Cherry's got a story about him when he got punished by the Rangers and sent back to the minors, and then somehow he stayed over Cherry's house. What?
He wanted more money.
Yeah, well, he stayed over Cherry's house the night, and somehow he ended up in a shopping cart in the middle of their living room, drunk out of his mind.
That Don Cherry's quite the party animal.
I think back in the day he was. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's a good old Canadian boy now. But how much you want to bet he was chasing tail and getting drunk until he got to Hershey and met his beautiful wife? I bet he was. Because John Cherry's a man's man. And let me tell you something. That brings me something. Put the camera on me for a second. Don Cherry is the greatest announcer that ever lived in any country. He's my hero. He's my inspiration. And he's why I do this show. And the other reason I do this show is because John Cherry pisses absolutely every left-wing, humorless, political correctness jerk off every day. And that's what I aspire to. I aspire to be John Cherry. John Cherry, who taught me in a video when I was 17 years old not to drink the other kid's water bottle because there was a guy in Saskatchewan. He let everybody was drinking out of the same water bottle. Next thing, the kid gets meningitis and he dies. The father, he's all upset. That's why I want to be John Cherry.
And he's got no problem to rag on either the Quebecers or even the Russians.
Yeah. I don't agree with everything he says. I thought he was wrong.
No, but it's just amusing. He's a very entertaining guy to watch, to listen to.
That's what I was trying to tell. That's what I was trying to tell Harrison Mooney in an interview that I did with him about 7 months ago. And I asked him if he liked Don Cherry. He said no. He's past his prime. He says he doesn't really add anything. His information may have been key at one time. I said, Harrison, he's an entertainer. And I said, what you guys don't get is nobody really cares about how much you know. I know you read and you try to learn advanced stats. Nobody cares. You're entertaining at the end of the day, or you're not. That's the bottom line. But these hockey hipsters, they don't understand that. They think their knowledge gets them over. I got news for you. Even the great Bob McKenzie, who's fantastic, and he's way more straight-laced, there's something entertaining about his knowledge. You know? There's something entertaining about his delivery and that you have to take seriously. It's not that he just knows a lot about hockey. And there's few people on earth that know more about, especially the deals that go on between NHL GMs than Bob McKenzie. But there's something that's an entertainment factor. Just knowing a lot of stuff, it's fucking boring. Like put a chart behind me and point the numbers. That sounds like fun. And that's what these guys don't get. And that's why they hate Cherry. Because, yeah, maybe he's wrong about a few things. But I got to be honest with you. If you notice,
I think when we did the Harrison Mooney interview, he said something about like how Cherry's a dinosaur and he doesn't get it anymore. Well, that's the great thing. He sees it from a different point of view than you, who's grown up with all these other ways and all these other players. Cherry's seeing it all.
Yeah.
From the Gordie Howes to now to Sidney Crosby,
Yeah.
He's seen so many different faces of the league.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's right about everything, but I tell you something. Whenever I watch Coach's Corner, he says this is what's going to happen if they make this rule change. It happens every fucking time. So how much doesn't he not know? The guy was around professional hockey. He was a Gordie Howe contemporary. Yeah, he didn't crack the NHL because he decided to go play baseball one season, which was brilliant. He could have been on the Boston Bruins.
You know who this is like? And maybe it's someone Harrison can relate to, considering how he is with women.
Yeah.
In football, Joe Namath.
Yeah. I love the Joe.
So hangs out at, like, Jets training camp and stuff.
Yeah.
And he said something about, like, oh, yeah, I don't like the way Sanchez is holding the ball. He's going to fumble a lot. And he fumbled a few times. They don't appreciate that. They think they know more. The thing is, the athletes make the reporters, not the other way around. But the reporters they think they make the athletes. No, if you stop reporting, the stadium will still be packed. The thing he's a dinosaur. He's a dinosaur because he's not on the same page on women's rights with you. No, it's not the point of being a reporter. He's still popular because he doesn't touch on that stuff. It's pure hockey. And then on the entertainment, and these new guys don't get that because they're college educated and he isn't. The politically incorrect view sometimes is the right view.
Sometimes. Look, if we live in a world...
I mean, a lot of people are not going to want to hear that.
No.
But it's the truth. I mean,
it's absolute truth.
Like when he goes off on, when he's talking about Canadian players, French Canadian players, and Russian players, I think a few times he's gone off on Ilya Yakupov.
Yeah. Who deserves it?
And how he doesn't work, and and it's because he's Russian. Yeah, it's true. Russian players are lazy. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, but you see, that's where I disagree.
A majority of them are lazy.
See, I think it could be cultural by our
They don't have a good work ethic, I should say.
Yeah, all right, but nobody would say that about Pavel Datsyuk. You know, I mean, I wouldn't say that. So there's always an example. I agree with you in the political. I never liked when Cherry. I gotta disagree with him. I never liked when Cherry kind of alienated certain groups of Europeans and what have you. I never dug that, but I did thought it was, you know, he was right that I'll never forget. It's like, look, as fighting goes away, you're gonna see these guys swinging sticks like they do in Europe. And I moved to Europe, and he was absolutely correct. There's a lot more stick swinging going on over here than there is there. So I mean, he's right about the enforcers. So I mean, I don't really like. I never agreed with his statement. You're going to hate when the Russians get here. First of all, I didn't. They may not be I'll take the Sean Avery approach. They may not be the toughest guys, the Europeans, but they do bring something positive to the game. Let me ask Dave Rose something. Would you have not Matt Sundin, which is a great Toronto Maple Leaf? Would you consider him like a great addition to the Toronto Maple Leafs? I mean, how do you feel about Matt Sundin, Dave?
Oof.
Really?
At one point, he was a great addition. They should have never kept re-signing him into that position as captain, because it was clear that he wasn't going to produce anything. Mm-hmm. But they kept doing it because, again, what we were talking about earlier on the show, pampering to the player, kissing ass, nice circle jerk.
Yeah, but I mean, he produced a lot. He did a lot for your organization. I mean,
no, not denying that.
Yeah.
But he reached a point where he wasn't doing anything, wasn't producing, and he had all these other opportunities. He wanted to stay in Toronto. Okay, that's great. That's nice. You know, that's some great loyalty and all. But he shouldn't have kept getting re-signed.
But see, I can't blame him for that. And he was a good leader. I thought he was a good leader for Toronto for a long time. But he did have this sort of. He was like he's like Derek Jeter right now. Like Derek Jeter can't do anything wrong, even though he sucks right now. And then we all have to have a big parade in New York about it, you know. But you know, it's just whatever. You know, I mean. Yeah, that's.
I saw the writing on the wall, and that's why, you know, when they kept re-signing, I was like, why? You know, we've got to look at other. You know, clearly the equation that we're using isn't working. We've got to go to something different.
Well, you got organizational problems over there, and you got me totally convinced that Toronto. I have no. By the way, I have no ill will. Like, I know Boston fans, you guys don't like Boston all that much, but I have zero ill will to the Maple Leafs. I mean, I don't, as long as they're not playing my team in the in the Eastern Conference Final. I really don't have. What?
You know, if the Maple Leafs made it to the finals, I'd probably root for them, just because, just so you know, their original 6 team, and they haven't won it since the 60s. So, you know,
we haven't won it at all.
Yeah.
Huh?
We haven't won it at all, so it's okay.
Yeah, what's your problem over there in St. Louis? Why haven't you? I mean, look, they're not an original six franchise, but the St. Louis Blues are a well-supported and always have been since expansion in the 70s, a very well-supported team. What the hell is what's the problem over there, in your opinion?
Well, I don't know. There's talks that they're the Chicago Cubs of the NHL. So
yeah, I don't know. I think Dave.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that quite yet.
I don't know. Dead on Dave would disagree with you.
After what they're singing in May.
What's that?
Yeah, that's good. All right, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to a song, and then me and we're gonna finish up, and then I'm gonna go back and look at this and see if the streaming issue's been fixed and what have you. So I'll say goodbye to both Jake and Dave, and then me and Jeff are gonna finish up and talk about whatever, and then we're gonna finish it up. But I appreciate everybody that's participated. Jake for calling in, Dave for calling in, doing our stress fest, and of course the Jeff Huffman. I hope Jeff and everybody's prepared for tomorrow's big show, because this was sort of a test, and it went okay. All
right, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern.
3 p.m. Eastern. Boy, you know, Dave.
Oh, happy birthday, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Jeff.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Jeff. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later, and we're going to go into some music, and I'll come back and we'll finish it up. Okay, bud?
All right.
All righty. We got Nobody's Fault. I don't have the artist name. That's freaking bizarre. I don't know. Hey, listen to it. Tell me what you think, and we'll come back after these messages and a break and all that good stuff. See you around. It's in the Grease. Tommy C. See you. Oh, yo, microphone checker, checker, 1, 2, 3. What's happening, everybody? In increase, Tommy C. Hey, listen, I was checking out Dave Rove's comments. He wants to hear a quick pros and cons of NHL 15, and then I think we'll call it a day, and we'll call it a successful test as well. What do you think there, Jeff?
Sounds good.
All right, what's on the upside of NHL?
Well, like I've said, just the core gameplay, the way the game flows, it feels, the physics and stuff are great. Really no glitch goals that I've seen so far. I mean, you can still do the backhand, forehand on a breakaway, but other than that, I haven't really seen any glitch goals like the drag at the top of the circle. That doesn't work. And the game feels great. Downsides to it, the unreal lack of features.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the big
and
thing.
That's pretty much it. So the core of the game you like. The core of the game is that, but it's the features, and I think everybody's just going to go completely insane, completely and totally batshit crazy if we start getting charged for things like ECEA, whatever the hell it is.
EASHL?
Yeah, whatever the hell they call it. Jesus. Anything else going on in sports news? Because what Dave usually does, Dave brings up Dave news. So you can bring up football if you want, and then we'll close it out.
Yeah, well, really all that's going on in the NFL right now, you got people beating their kids and knocking their wives out,
knocking their wives out, beating their kids, and what have you. Hey, what did you think about that guy getting suspended over in San Francisco for what he said? And they accused him of victim blaming, which I certainly don't see.
A victim? Actually, I haven't seen that yet.
Well, he basically said that I'm paraphrasing, of course, but I mean he's saying that she had a responsibility to kind of let people know that this guy was this way. I think domestic abuse people would argue, maybe correctly, that that's not always easy to do when you're afraid of somebody. Look, if I beat the hell out of you for a couple days, you're pretty much going to do what you're told. At the same time, unless she's got a great case of Stockholm syndrome, she did go up to marry him, and I think that is criticizable. It's not like he went up and he said, his name's Robinson, by the way, and he got suspended for 2 games. He didn't say, look, she should have ducked, she shouldn't have angered Ray Rice. He didn't say anything like that. That to me is victim blaming. Saying that, look, you should have let somebody know what this person is like. I think at very least it takes a lot of strength to do that, and holding people up to a standard, like when they commit crime, to let the police know, so we all know somebody's nuts, is helpful. And then going up and marrying the guy after that, I mean, it's not exactly a positive thing. So and our political correctness for Mr. Robinson was suspended for 2 games for basically victim blaming, and I simply don't see it.
I mean, the NFL just looks horrible right now.
Let's flip to the other side. Here's where the domestic abuse people are right. It does seem that it's legitimate that women are starting to get chased away from the game, and who could blame them? I mean, it seems like it's every week recently. The NFL's got a serious problem. It could be similar to what we're talking about the Toronto Maple Leafs before. I mean, they just
now you got the best running back in the league beating his kid.
Yeah,
that's coming out.
It's just, and these are key players too. I mean. One of the things that I was never attracted to football for is especially when I got to high school, is I saw like what a different standard that football players were treated by educators, by this. I mean, they just got away with murder. And if there was a problem, everybody, if these guys were showing signs of psychopathy or just being, first class assholes, there was always excuses made for them and what have you. And I'm just wondering if the chickens are coming home to roost with a lot of these guys because they've had their ass kissed from day one. And it's just something I always found. I'm not saying, I know there's kids in Canada that get the same kind of treatment if they're great junior players, but it's wrong all around. But I really wonder if it's just getting worse. We're just making excuses for people with bad character. And the
NFL's got a huge problem with that.
Yeah,
I mean, they've developed a huge reputation of like not caring about what people's backgrounds are. I mean, even a couple years ago, the St. Louis Rams had a defensive lineman, Leonard Little, who killed a lady in a drunk driving accident.
Yeah, and you can't criticize anybody because that's mean.
Yeah.
I think maybe the chickens are coming home to roost. We're cutting too many breaks for these jocks. You know, I'm kind of a pro jock guy, but I think character means something. You take a situation. Oh, who was the kid in? I'll give you a similar situation. Who was the kid that cut a wrestling promo in Seattle right after a big game?
Wait.
That guy in Seattle. I don't know football. The guy.
Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman. So he cuts. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that gets me. I support Sherman's right to cut a badass promo after thing, and that's the way athletes talk on the field, and I have no problem with that. And I think it was a little harsh to sit there and say he's acting thuggish or what have you. I don't know if it was racist, but it definitely was harsh. But what I found more disturbing than his promo cut was this sort of when he was interviewed afterwards. Of course, Sherman is very well educated. He's a really smart guy. But, you know, you can't have it both ways. You can't sound like a street thug and then be respected like a Rhodes Scholar. You can't have it both ways. And he said something like, you know, like his critics were somehow racist. Well, now, no. Some people don't like that pro wrestling stuff in their football. And they have every right to criticize you. But then that criticism became racist in itself of him. And I think that you can't criticize anybody anymore. You can't hold them accountable to anything anymore.
Everybody's so sensitive about everything.
Nowadays. And then the result is bad people in our sports.
It makes me sick.
Yeah, here's the results. The results are in, folks. You got we have lousy people to root for, and that's kind of why I got attracted to hockey, because I never got the feeling that those Canadian farm boys were brought up that way. I think I got the feeling they were told, no, yeah, you could show me an incident like Danny Heatley, which is a perfect example, where he started acting up, and of course he got his friend killed, but you know. It doesn't seem to be as common in hockey. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's covered up better. You know, I mean, we had a situation with pedophiles in the juniors in the 90s. Sheldon Kennedy came out and exposed a lot of this. Theo Fleury said he was a victim of these creeps in the Canadian juniors who have an incredible amount of power over these kids. Going the way of the Catholic priest. You know, it's nuts. The whole world's insane. I can't wait till hockey season starts so I don't have to talk about this stuff because there's really nothing to talk about during the summer. I can't wait to talking about how I feel about the Bruins' chances. I can't wait to talking about how the Leafs are working
25 days,
out.
Right?
Oh, yeah, I know. I can't wait to... I mean, there's going to be some political controversy, but I'm going to make a special effort to get away from a lot of that this season.
Yeah.
I really want to be a little more pure hockey, and I want to comment on the political stuff. I don't want to get it, but there's just not a hell of a lot to do during the summer. That's the problem. You know?
Don't the Blues and Rangers open up Wednesday night?
Oh, really? For a preseason? Is it New York or St. Louis?
I believe it's here.
Fuck, because I'm going home. So I was thinking about catching a preseason game at the Garden if I could somehow swing it. Because I know Andy would really want to go. Hey, baby, would you go, if we could swing it, do you want to go to a preseason game in the Garden? The tickets are usually cheaper. Do you want to go to a preseason game in the Garden if we could swing it?
I believe that game's on a Wednesday.
It's on a Wednesday? Yeah, see, I'll probably be still in Boston.
I still got NHL 15 on here. I can pull up the schedule real quick.
Yeah. Would you want to go to a preseason hockey game in the Garden if we could swing it when we're in New York? When? I don't know. The preseason will be there when we get there. Preseason will start.
Calendar.
I'm gonna miss a lot of brawl videos to upload. It's gonna kill my hits.
No, it's a Thursday.
It's on Thursday?
Thursday the 9th.
Thursday the 9th in St. Louis?
Yes.
And you get to see Martin St. Louis?
Yes,
in St. Louis? You know, there's two things that I find ironic. There's two things I find incredibly ironic. That Miroslav Shatan was never a Devil, which is unfortunate because his last name's Satan, and that Martin St. Louis never played for the Blues. That would have been a wonderful thing. Of course, we got him. And I doubt he's playing. It's good. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm going to miss all these like preseason brawls, and then that usually equals like a ton of hits for the channel and a bunch of subs. I try to bring in the subs through the videos and hope they give our crazy hockey show a chance and what have you. And of course, you can check us out, Shot from the Point Live. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to play a clip from Shot from the Point Live, give you an idea what it's like. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. That's what it is. I must have gave him 50 different times, as Dave Rose says, because doing everything myself over here, I don't know what the fuck to do. And this is a sample of Shot from the Point Live. Check it out. Here it is. What else you got?
All right. Well, most of you have probably seen it, but Ovechkin put out an Instagram photo in support of Vladimir Putin saying save children from fascism or something like that. And he also posted a message after that, which translated to, our grandfathers and grandmothers saw the horrors of fascism. We will not permit in our time.
Well, here's the problem. Your guy's the fascist. That's the problem.
I thought the same thing.
This is Vladimir Putin's foreign policy, Alex. What a joke.
Yes, Alex is a very loyal soldier of the Red Army.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to, we have none other than Alex Ovechkin on the line. Alex, how you doing?
Oh, this is Vladimir Putin.
Oh, sorry.
Get it right. I will have you killed. KGB in Russia right now.
Okay. I don't want to rub. I don't want to rub your feathers the wrong way.
That's right. Germany now colony of Russia.
I don't want to rub. So, I look. Do you really think you're fighting fascism when you actually invaded the country? They're accusing of being fascist, and they didn't do the other thing. What fascists normally do? They invade your country. You invaded them. Where do you stand?
No. It wasn't. It was just vacation. Just opening up theme park.
So
it's Russian theme. It's Russian theme park.
So where did you talk to Alex Ovechkin? Did you? He is a member of your United Party, I think it's called. Are you happy that he's a part of your political party?
Yes. We have him. We have Yakov Smirnov. Yes.
I bet Jeff didn't get that reference because he's not. Were you born in the 80s?
No,
Jeff?
I was born in '94.
Oh my God!
Shit, you're a fucking baby.
Yeah, so is Nathan McKinnon.
I bet your breath still smells like Similac. Holy
it doesn't
shit.
bother me with Nathan committed. It bothers me because it's Jeff. Nathan McKinnon. So, Mr. Putin, why don't you stop this war? If you want to end fascism and killing and stuff, why don't you pull out of Crimea? I mean, I think that would be a start.
You know what I say about Crimea?
What?
Just Crimea River. Hey. That's right. I am very funny. I have lots of puns. My secretary of funny, Yakov Smirnov, wrote that one for me.
All right. I think I'm going to play the new Crimean national anthem in your honor. Here it is.
Yes, it's actually a Russia theme park. That's all it is, in Russia land.
Thank you. Thank you, Vladimir. I appreciate your time. Yeah, if you want to check that out, that's our crazy show. You want to leak one story you're going to cover tomorrow just to tease them there, Mr. Jeff?
No, we'll save it for tomorrow.
All right.
We talked about a lot of it, with the rule changes.
Yeah, the rule changes
like
coming
that.
in. I covered that during the week.
Talked about
tomorrow we're going to goof on them.
Cokehead signing in New York.
How do you like my new haircut?
It looks beautiful.
I look good,
it
huh?
looks beautiful. Yeah.
If you were a girl, would you kiss me?
What? Absolutely.
Really? Well, you're really good at kissing ass.
It's all right. I only do it over the internet, not in real life.
Yeah, virtual ass kiss. Yeah, it's better than nothing there, Jeff Huffman. Let me close up and say goodbye to everybody. Listen, if you want to contact me and see our crazy show, that's not the view I want. I want this view, the main view. If you want to contact me related to any kind of NHL thing going on, you can call me at 718-395-7660. That's Brooklyn, New York. And not that we're located in Brooklyn, but that's what the phone number is. And you can leave your feelings on hockey there, or just, I don't know, send me a death threat or two, and I'll forward it to the police. And then if you're in Canada or Europe, and it's a real pain in the ass to call Brooklyn, which I understand, you can always Skype as Schaffen Point, and you can leave that same death threat there because the voicemail will pick up there. If you want to give me a death threat that everybody can see, you can hit Twitter at TommyCSFTP, at TommyCSFTP. That's at Tommy C. Shot from the point. Yeah, that's what you got to do. Tommy C. SFTP. You can search for us on social media, and if you like, you can subscribe. Like one day, we picked up a sub, if you can believe that. Mr. Dave. I've got too many co-hosts. I can't keep track of you all. Jesus, Christmas and what have you. Oh, I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, and I decided that I'm going to reveal. Harrison Mooney sent me a tweet because I changed my mind about revealing it. I'm not going to reveal the tweet because it was a personal comment, but I'm going to get the gist of. I'm going to give people the gist of it, and I'm going to talk about it right now, and then I'm going to talk about it again tomorrow because we usually have more listeners. Harrison sent me a tweet after I made that video supporting him, sorta, and playing. And I'm not going to go into a tweet because it was a personal message, but I think he does want me to get his side out there. It was very short, to the point, and it basically says this. He's not coming on to explain it. He's done talking about it. I don't blame him. He says that my source is no good. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I guess my source is no good, according to Harrison Mooney. And he, as far as him getting caught prior and Greg sticking up for him, and he also said that all the evidence out there is pretty much already out there. There's nothing more. There's nothing more out there. So I'm just putting that out there to sort of defend Harrison in a way, or let him defend himself. I'm not going to reveal the tweet or show it, and I'm not going to even really. I might bring it up tomorrow real quick just to make sure a bigger audience hears it. And I'm not making a video and sending it to him, but I think it's fair that Harrison has his side out there, and then we can come to whatever conclusions we want, and we'll do that tomorrow. You think that was fair?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I felt like, well, maybe he wants me to say that on the air, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He's not coming on. He don't want to talk about it. He probably can't. He says my source is no good. We'll leave that up to the viewers or the viewers to decide. And he's saying that pretty much what's against him is against him. There's nothing that Yahoo had that he didn't, that we didn't see. So whatever, you know. What are you gonna do? I don't know. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go something like this. Oh God, I love that. Here we go.
In on Kolzik. Fake the Malik went between his legs.
So I'm like after my first cup of coffee. I love that. I could make one of those dubstep. One of those, I guess. With some cool beats. Hey, thank you for being on it, man. I appreciate it as always.
Oh, no.
All right, you're wonderful. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure 3 p.m.
Thanks, guys.
3 p.m. tomorrow. Check the link. God help us if YouTube gives us a problem. But 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check Shop on the Point live with comedian Jake Link and our newsman Jeff the Huff Huffman. And that's it, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.